Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today is Chapter 8, Season 2, Pageant. This season, is the real beginning of the recreation of the story for my worlds. Um, as you can see, there appears to have been a little bit of a change up here. What once was the dry savanna is now a beautiful sprawling mountain range, inspired off of the Greek goddess Aphrodite, which is kind of unique. I actually planned it for the day after Valentine's Day. That's a lie. I actually planned it for Valentine's Day to be the day of the new season release, but I changed my mind. So yeah, very simple. This season is very heavily inspired by the Greek goddess Aphrodite. At least the biome is. I should clarify. Like the story is inspired by not that it's inspired off of some pretty cool stuff. But before we get into this, I would like to go over um the general. How would you say that? The general story for Chapter 8 Season 1. For every single season past Season 2, there's going to be a designated video going over the story of said season. But for Chapter 8 Season 1, the story was very straightforward, very short. So I feel it's necessary to just sort of simplify or simply go over it. What happened in Chapter 7, Season 7? The finale event, monolithic espionage. The team of five took the monolith and they escaped and recreated Reality Nix into New Reality Nix, which is the island we're on. Technically, island chain because it's an archipelago. And then for Chapter 8, Season 1, I also forgot to clarify. Nexus lost his arm. Nexus is the main character. I don't think I ever like fully clarified that, but yeah, his arm is gone, but he has a little prosthetic that will actually come into fruition, and actually be important this season. So yeah, um, I'm being inspired by Sekiro for his prosthetic arm. I love that game. FromSoft, always making bangers. Yeah, if you would actually, it would be very nice to maybe put different games on the channel, like some Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yote, Souls games. It would be like not a blind playthrough, but I mean, I would love to play through like Dark Souls 3 again and Dark Souls 1 again. So yeah, if you want that, maybe I'll do it. Um, but yeah, the team of five, they created an island, and the island is inspired off of the West Coast slash South America, which is pretty obvious with this city. It's very obviously inspired by like something you'd see on like Las Vegas or something like that. And Las Vegas isn't directly West Coast, but I'm gonna quickly go over this. This was a construction site last season. Now it is the Paradigm and Team of Five Enterprises building. Um, very very simple. Um, the story's very simple for season one. Um, but there's a little bit of backstory in season one. A little group known as United Folk, and we're coming up on them right now. This is a United Folk theme season as well. United Folk. They are a rich group that, are rich. So they got mad cash. Um, they started kind of expanding, we'll say that. And their main goal was to take over the government. So they kind of got on the Team of Five's good side for the start. Um, so yeah, very meh, very, very scary, very nerve-wracking even. Um, we're also going to go over two paradigm bases. Um, very, very scary, as I said. Um, so they ended up trying to befriend the Team of Five in the paradigm. So they gave them an island, which is called the island of Festive Falls, which is a Christmas themed island, and of course, like it's snow. Also, it's a very snowy island. Um, And then they realized the team of five were onto them, so they kind of went down the route of they're onto us, let's just become mortal enemies. So that's what they did. The leader, known as Oscar, decided to be a very fun idea to sort of create a false governmental election. Um, and that ended up with Nexus making the governmental election a real thing. So now Giovanni is the official president of this island. But you may be asking, if Giovanni's a good guy and if he was elected as president, wouldn't that mean there's no reason for the United Folk to be part of the story? Oh, there is. The United Folk took over a POI called Honey Heights and created that as a little beacon with a rift above it to rift that entire biome from a different reality entirely. So, they did that, and that's the beginning of season 2. That's as far as we are now. Here's the paradigm base. Wow, it's kind of pretty. Um, yeah, very simple. Now, let's go over the actual main map changes. Those were just smaller map changes across the map. Here we are with the wonderful and very beautiful um um yeah, very, very simple. But we're going to go over the first POI. This is Rich Runway. We're going to actually switch it to midnight because these POIs look really good in midnight. I should also clarify there is still West Coast inspiration for this area or for like the buildings, so it's not like the original theme is just gone. Here's Runway, and as you can expect, it's a POI. Oh, this is also a pageant themed season, so of course it's a POI where someone can show off what fancy clothes they have, like the Lady Gaga meat dress. Um, yeah, also very, very nice building. It's highly detailed. You got United Folk right there. Highly detailed. It's a little bit like meh. It's like it's not highly, highly detailed, but it's pretty detailed. There's not much of an interior, but that's fine. There doesn't need to be one. You have a little bit of a clothes store over here. You have a bar over here. And then you actually have the main runway. And who is this? We actually have NPCs. Here's Valeria. Hold on, we have to go into edit dialogue. Valeria. Welcome to the pageant. What could a looper like you want? Leadership of the United Folk? Well, it's led by Oscar. He's our vampiric, wealthy leader. He is a vampire. I forgot to explain that, which is that's kind of just like something about him. It's not like actual like story relevant. It's just he's a vampire. What else could you want? United Folk government. Sorry, hold on. Um, Sorry. United Folk Government, it's a group of 6 people. Me, Oscar, Alexander, Elizabeth, Mary, and Lilith. It's a solid government. At least it's good for us. What else? Goals. That's disclosed for the folk. Or more like disclosed to Oscar primarily. So Oscar is the only one who knows about the true plan of the United Folk. He has not told his allies, which is very, very weird. Also, this biome kind of merged with the savannah or desert. There was a river that used to go through here, and now it's covered. And this was originally a lake right here, and it was all filled in with sand because that's we don't need a lake there anymore. I mean, I could have kept that lake, but I didn't. We have this little like pine or fir tree forest over here. I think I made these for as fir design trees. You really can't. I mean, they're all very similar, but you have a little like oracle little area, like the oracle from Greek mythology. The oracle isn't an actual character in the story, and then you have this little pantheon right here. Very cool. Is that well technically a temple, but they're also called pantheons because the Greek pantheon. Never mind. Sorry. I've done a lot of research recently for the Greek mythology stuff. Anyway, let's go to the second POI I made. Now this is all the way across not the island, the biome of the Puce Hills, and this we're gonna want to set to probably daytime for. This is Mood Municipal. This is like the town POI of the season. And it's a very simple like town POI. It's kind of inspired off of like a standard city, something like that, but it's not an actual city. You have a little restaurant there, and you have a little house right here. This house is also copied elsewhere, so we won't go over that. Um, and it's very simple. Not too much going on. But yeah, I also utilized a lot of the Copper Age update blocks because that I started this season when that came out. But you have this giant tree here, and this tree actually has a little bit of significance to the story. I guess kind of, yeah. And then you have the little like shadow in the middle. I don't know. I thought it looked good. Here we have a bowling alley. This bowling alley is copied from Sandy Strip. Nope, that's not Sandy Suburbs, which is a very nice POI. You should definitely watch my season 1 video if you have not watched that, because then you won't understand anything. But yeah, it's slightly different. This is the copied house, so we won't go over that. There's really not a lot of buildings in this POI, but it's okay. And we'll go over to Elizabeth in a second. This is just a large library gala style thing. I don't know where the paintings went. There were originally paintings on this wall, on these walls, but it's okay. Like covering the walls. Here we have Elizabeth, edit dialogue. Name's Elizabeth. What do you need? Me? I'm the most wealthy of the United Folk. Oscar, he leads us, but he has a plan to help us show the team of 5 what's up. The plan? Can't tell ya. So maybe Elizabeth has a little bit more knowledge. And it's a very big maybe, because we have no idea. So yeah, the next POI I constructed is a much more calm POI, something less like almost futuristic with the style of building here. You'll kind of realize that once we go up there. I also was inspired of Art Deco buildings for this season, just so you know. So it is kind of an Art Deco themed season, which I'm very happy for. I really love Art Deco, and yeah. We have Harmony Hollow. Harmony Hollow was originally going to be called Harmony Hills, and then I changed my mind. But Harmony Hollow is just a little hollow over here. So yeah, you have a little porta potty, little outhouse right here. Very, very nice. And we'll go over there in a second. But there's this nice lake up here. You have this little campfire over here. We'll go over the house first. It's a United Folk house, so you have the insignia right there, which is a golden diamond, because diamond's rare and gold is valuable. That's actually the whole reason behind the logo. There's nothing else. Usually logos actually have a lot more significance, but it's okay. But right here, you have a little, like, pond. I definitely put a lot... You can definitely see the amount of effort that has increased with this, and it's only going to get better in Chapter 9. Little teaser. Here we have Lilith. Hey, Looper, what are you wondering about? Alexander, he's my husband. We came from Los Lujo after our marriage. He's at Starstruck Studio right now. Los Lujo? It's a large city in the south. It's nice, but I prefer this cabin. The plan? How do you know about that? No matter. I'm not allowed to tell, and allowed is misspelled. My fault. So Lilith does know about the plan. She is the only confirmed United Folk member to actually know. Maybe Alexander as well. So yeah, we'll go up there in a second, because first we have to go over this other POI, but also I want to show you guys this beautiful little pond over here. This is like the end of this river over here. This is definitely very nice. I really have tried making biomes more substantial, especially with like hills. You can see that right there, and I think I've succeeded to high regard. Let's go to Sunset for this POI. It looks really good in Sunset. This is Starstruck Studio, which technically is 3 words, but I put it together as 2. So yeah, we have this little helipad, and this helipad is actually on the direct opposite side of the map as Moonlit Manor, which is the main headquarters for Oscar. So yeah, Oscar, well, that's kind of a lie. Well, actually, no, it's not. It's his house, but not his main headquarters. But over here, we have a little shopping area. And of course, it's Starstruck Studios, so you have like musicals and like plays up here. And you have the little dressing room back here. Oh, wait. I forgot to go over a little bathhouse for the people who perform. It's very simple. And then back here, you have this right here, and this is kind of where this is also a very heavily Art Deco themed building, and like, I kind of mixed Art Deco with a little bit of like more modern, almost futuristic design, so it's very like weird, and Art Deco technically is a image of what the future could have looked like, but yeah, here we have a little like gambling house, very simple, but you may be asking where Alexander is. He's right here. Excuse me. I'm Alexander, leader of this studio. What are you here for? My job? I mean, I'm kind of a low-ranking official in the United Folk, but hey, if you need me, or if you need anything, I'm here. The plan is not allowed to be said, but come back soon and I may state something at the very least. So yeah. He does know something. So Lilith, Alexander, and of course Oscar are the only three who actually know something about the plan. Of course, Oscar knows all the details, and there is another character who knows at least what one of the things is, but doesn't know the actual plan. So, very cool. Strange how the low-ranking officials have the most, information. Kind of weird. Up this hill, we come across the Central Lake. Now, this mountain is actually inspired off of Mount Olympus. I mean, like, not really, but, like, it's the highest mountain in this area, which is inspired off of Aphrodite, so therefore I was kind of just thinking, ooh, this is kind of like Mount Olympus for my story. Even though there already was that in Chapter 5. So, it's not actually Mount Olympus. I'm a forget to talk. Here we have a little bridge. Forget to talk. Here we come across the major POI for this season. Glamorous Gala. Now, this gala is glamorous. And it is the single most important POI in practically this entire chapter other than the central POI. This is a very, like, futuristic, almost, I was inspired off of Tesla coils for this, so, maybe that's significant to the story somehow. And this replaced the Team of Five's main headquarters, which is really annoying for the Team of Five. But here we have the mini-map. Here's the, Puce Hills up here. Very, very simple. And along here, we have Oscar's bedroom. So, yeah. That's just his bedroom for when he works at the gala. He, like, doesn't actually live here. But here's Mary. Now, there isn't an Oscar POI on the map, by the way. It's just the 5. I'm Mary, artist of the gala. What's up? Art? My art? I work on many things. Paintings, architecture. But right now, Oscar tasked me with a more important job. The job? I can't say. It's disclosed information. So yes, she does know a little bit about the plan, but not a whole lot. Very simple. But let's take a gander and try and figure out what she's working on this time. If we go up this hill, you kind of come across this nice little bridge. And it's very simple. And as you go up, you begin noticing small red sprites coming out from a little ring up here. Now, I wonder what this could be. So, as you can continue going up, you slowly begin realizing, oh boy, this very much looks villainous. And if you think that, you'd be right. This, my friends, is the official first contact with the spirit realm. The location where the main villain of the story is in. Technically, it's his dream world after he died, but he's finding a way to bring it to the real world. And Oscar is his little pet to do it. So, I'm very excited to continue the story of the season, because next season is incredibly good. And without further ado, I suppose we should end this video. If you like this video, Please like, subscribe. Goodbye.